Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the Dota 2 Championship League. I'm your host, Toby1.
And I'm the Capitalist.
And we are back here again, man. We're going into game number 4 after we have a 2-1 lead going the way of Speed Gaming. And Speed Gaming so far, you guys have been pretty strong. Obviously, some level 1 fights didn't go their way, but they've been looking pretty solid throughout the entire matches.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be able to come back from that, I really feel that Speed Gaming has been in control of these games every single time. Like, every single time. Even Game 2, when Sigma was able to turn that into a win, Speed Gaming was determining. What was that? What was that? Speed Gaming is determining.
The orange.
Oh, my Lord. What's wrong with... But orange isn't a bad smell. I was eating mandarins because I was so hungry.
He was tripping.
I got some mandarins, but orange isn't a bad smell. What's wrong with you? Anyway, what I'm saying is Speed Gaming was in control of these games. Sigma turned Game 2 into an upset, but for the most part, Speed Gaming has been determining the pace of these games.
I don't know if we're determining something yet. Oh, my captain,
yeah, I was about to say, are we...
My captain DC'd. Okay, so we're having people disconnect from the game. Speed Gaming is... Oh, no, they're coming back in again.
We're good. They got back in time.
We're fine. Woo! Okay. I almost did that thing which I did during... I don't remember if you remember a year ago when I was casting G League, and I DC'd myself out because they're like, the entire team basically DC'd. I'm like, oh, sweet. But then I DC'd, and then someone came back in again, so the timer never really ticked out. I'm like, what? No! And I couldn't get back in again, so I had to cast off Dota TV. But then Dota TV broke, so I had to cast off a live stream. Let's just say I learned my lesson not to DC straight away. Yeah. But let's get into the game. Mirana pickup from Speed Gaming. You can clap 3 times if you're surprised. There's no surprise there.
Nope.
And then Crystal Maiden's going to be the first pickup here from Fader.
No surprise from either team, really. I mean, Speed Gaming, I think, really it's the only team that would pick up Mirana first pick, and I would go, well, that's not a mistake at all. Like, they obviously get their money's worth out of a first pick Mirana every single time. Sing Sing's just too damn good with that hero. And it mainly becomes, it's not like he's like has these special magnetic heroes. It's because Sing Sing is really, really good at being able to determine players' movements. He sees where they once were, he determines where they're going to be, and he fires the arrow on top every single time. He's just so good at being able to accurately see where heroes go. That's... Anyway, Lifestealer as second pick for Sigma.
Yes, Lifestealer's the second pick up for Sigma. I'm sorry, Cap. I'm sorry for that. I wasn't expecting to see that either. Just a warning to people. When live streaming, be careful with what tabs you open up.
In Facebook.
In Facebook.
That could go a completely different direction than you hinted at there, Toby.
No,
Speed Gaming has their second pick coming up, Toby.
Move on. Yeah, you're right.
I'm trying to help us move on since we can't talk about what we're laughing at, and people are like, what?
Yeah, because it just was kind of wrong. But don't worry, if you want to, you can follow us over on Facebook. I'm Toby1, he's Dota Capitalist. Yeah. And Cap needs followers, so people please go and follow me. Only just freshly, he made a brand new page today because he couldn't rename his older page, which had like some dodgy name on it.
Yeah,
so
I never advertised my Facebook because I didn't want to say it was Dota Capitalist everywhere except for Facebook, which is the Dota Capitalist. So now I can just say Dota Capitalist everywhere.
Yeah, so go and follow him. He needs people. There's like 300 people that currently like his page. So
I'm lonely.
Please go and like his page.
And if you have followed my page before, I'm making the promise now that I'm actually part of Join Dota. This is my job. I'm actually actively doing Facebooking things instead of just being a dumping ground for my Twitter.
We're teaching him the art of social media.
The art of
it's an education, man. It's education.
I'm getting training all over the place.
Yeah. Well, Speed Gaming, now we're going to have 2 new bans from them. So Puck as well as the Beastmaster. So banning directly out against Fader. At the same time, Fader banning out against Eternal Envy. So taking out, to start with, going to be the Clinks. I'm interested to see if he's going to take out the Weaver as well. We already talked about that combination of like Weaver versus Lifestealer. But at the same time, if you know you can shut down that Weaver, then you let him through. So I want to see Sigma with like some last aggressive, good hero coming up right now, and someone that can actually slow and control the Weaver. Bane's already in the ban pool. Visage has been taken out as well, so not really liking this. They can't really go like a Venomancer pick up here if they do want to run an aggressive tri-lane, because if they do that, then you're just going to have more problems because Weaver just Shikuchis. So the other option is they take it themselves. Run it as a safe lane Weaver with the Lifestealer CM aggressive try.
Yeah, I like this ban a little bit more. I mean, Weaver is really good versus Lifestealer, but Speed Gaming definitely proved you can deal with the Weaver. You just have to pick the right heroes to be able to shut down the Weaver early on. He's never powerful versus Lifestealer if he's never able to get actual damage. So instead they're going to ban out the Timbersaw, which is a really smart ban. First of all, because he's has really, really high priority. A lot of times he's picked up in the first two because he's such a good offlaner nowadays. But he's also extremely good versus Lifestealer. Lifestealer can't do anything to a Timbersaw, and Timbersaw can potentially blow up a Lifestealer if he has Rage Down. So good ban. Good ban out. Now we're just waiting for Sigma's third pick. Both teams are pretty open here. It looks like Sigma, though, with the Chen pickup, we may see this turn into a bit more of a push lineup. And I like that with the Lifestealer. He really benefits from the extra room and the extra gold from pushing in those early towers. At the very least, taking away some of those tier 1s. Very, very early on, getting Lifestealer to his armlet allows him to aggressively push in towards tier 2s, pretty much solo a lot of the times, without any real fear because he has enough tank to live through disables, he has Rage, and then also Infest, the ultimate escape mechanism.
Welcome to a contradiction, no, not a contradiction, a problem for only Speed Gaming. Do you put Eternal Envy? So do you put Sing Sing or Bone 7 on the Mirana or the Bat Rider? Because they're both fantastic at both.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so
I mean, I think you have to keep Sing Sing on Mirana.
But Bone 7 used to play it a
have
hell of a lot too.
I know, but I've never seen Bone 7 land arrows like I've seen Sing Sing land arrows.
That's because no one lands arrows like Sing Sing lands arrows.
That hero is OP if you're able to land arrows, especially with the buff, the extra damage. It's so good. So Bone 7 on the bat right, I'd say. Dragonite, yeah, definitely. This is one of those tank lineups, right? You can run Lifestealer two different ways.
This is almost
normally
like you need
with
to
your
have
mid.
Yep, sorry, go on.
Two different ways to run with your mid, which is either some big initiator that is usually a great instant jump and disabler of some sort. Storm Spirit, Puck are really good examples of that. Or you run with a DK and go for a big tank lineup that is really good at pushing in.
I want to ask you a question. It comes from Lollerskate in the chat.
Uh-oh.
It's like, do you have a Bone 7 for Sing Sing?
I have the biggest Bone 7. You could call it a Bone 9 or a 10.
Doombringer. I have like a small man crush on Doom.
Well, that's creepy.
Yeah, it is kind of because it's like very like satanic worshipping, which I don't do at all. Just want to clarify that
So
one.
maybe you'll think about it after looking at Doom.
Well, you can say you're a Doom worshipper, but it's a Doom inside the game, so no misquoting. But having the Doombringer. Now Lifestealer's in a lot of trouble. Ever since they changed it so now he can't feast during the fight, he's going to get locked down. But what's scarier about running a Doombringer is just the fact that the level of farm you can get, I'm pretty sure everyone can remember back to the Dream League in the last couple of days of Dream League, where Funnick played this Doombringer, and he basically ran a safe lane and went hand to bias and devour. And they ran an aggressive trial lane with the rest, which Speed Gaming will probably do here. They'll leave Eternal Envy up on the top lane as the Doombringer. They put the Bat right in the middle, and then put Mirana and Lich down the bottom. Maybe they have an Enigma in the jungle or an Enchantress or something along those lines, because they don't have to run Doombringer as a support in this case. But if they run him as a full carry, he can walk out. And this is the first two big eyes that you had, like AC walking around on the Doombringer. He's like, so are you going to try and kill me? And now Heart, you can't kill me. So Heart and AC, and he had both of them up and running by 18 minutes.
Wow.
You couldn't beat him because you just get so much farm so quickly that you just can't deal with it. Now, the Treant Protector's going to be removed out, and quite rightly so. If they had an extra level of armor into this one, then it's possible the lanes would not have been won straight away. Nature's Prophet, for the first time tonight, will now be selected. But I'm still not liking Nature's Prophet's chances of winning on that top lane, because Speed Gaming can just run dual lanes. Lich Mirana bot, Bat Rider mid, Doombringer up on top, one in jungle, rotating over every now and then to keep Prophet out of the lane.
Now you almost have every single kind of push on Sigma. They're not specializing in just one kind of push, right? You got the early push with Chen, taking tier 1 towers. You got the split push with Furion, and then you've got mid-game push with the Dragonite.
But your timing for that push is going to be a little bit off. Because when Chen's going to be ready to push, Doombringer's going to have a hand of minus. Which means you've got to deal with both Devour as well as hand of minus. Which basically means Chen loses his army. No matter how that works. And now we get a...
Ooh.
That's not a hero that I was expecting as the last one here.
Oh.
I was expecting a kind of controller. We're DCing out for some reason. Can we do a remake with all pick and pick normally? I got a funny feeling that Wisp... Pilot, I selected the Wisp. So it's possible.
Yeah,
That was legit. But, yeah, I'm wondering what's the thought process with a Wisp? Like, what are they really trying to do with this guy?
You know, the way I was thinking, you were talking about tri-lane. I was thinking dual lanes, actually. I was thinking Mirana and Lich possibly being off lane or Batrider with Lich. But being able to put, because you know, you're looking at Sigma's lane, you know they're either defensive tri-lane or an aggressive tri-lane. And you can kind of abuse that by trying to shut down that off-laner and then using your support once you've shut down the off-laner, rotating him into middle where you've got a hero that is pretty susceptible to those kind of ganks. Just hold out when it comes out to the tri-lane with the Chen. I mean, if it's a defensive tri-lane and you run an aggressive tri-lane versus that, you're dealing with a jungler, you don't want to be able to do with that. And if it's an aggressive tri-lane with Chen in your jungle, I don't think they have a really good hero to be able to stop that. Plus, you're talking about Furion being able to teleport in. That's just added damage to that tri-lane. So I think it might be risky trying to go head-to-head against that.
Well, we're probably going to find out right now as we launch ourselves back inside the game. So we're going to go all pick mode this time around as people have sorted out their issues. Maybe not everything in life, but for most of them. And we get our Wisp pickup. So it'll be Pylai Dayu takes up the Wisp in this game. Sing Sing will be the Mirana, Aoi 2000 is the Lich. So there's no surprise whatsoever by who is playing what. Eternal Envy on that Doom, you could see it coming a mile away. I know when Clairvoyance and I cast Speed Gaming a lot, we used to cast, actually one of the games we cast of Eternal Envy playing Doombringer, this guy just refused to get mana items. He just refused to, and he always found himself short of mana time and time again. So I'm interested in this. I want to watch like the skill build as well as the item build coming out from Eternal Envy in this game very, very closely. Well, the same thing for kind of like Sigma, like how they approach this. I want to know how effective their first push is going to be and the timing of their first push.
Well, judging from the last 2 days, Toby, I'm going to say anything before the 20-minute mark, it's probably not going to go very well for Sigma. They just have had a really hard time getting in control of the early game. And this is Speed Gaming. This is a team you really want to be able to punish in the early game, and I don't think you can. Like, I think Doom is going to have a really good time in his lane. He's going to farm up really well. They're going to put Wisp on him so they can move him around and gank a little bit, but at the same time, he's going to be monster in a lot of these team fights. He's already tanky enough, but then you put a Wisp with Tether, Overcharge on him, maybe getting a bottle as well and being able to get some heal up on that Doom. He's just going to run in and attack things, and what can you do about that kind of tank? So the best way is to be able to shut him down early, but I don't see Sigma being able to pull that out. They are going to go for, looks like the defensive try. At the very least, they're going to clear through their jungle, make sure they don't see any wards in there as they get spied out by the Furion Treants. Yeah,
with all these trees down here, no one... Envy's just going to devour one as well. So 70 seconds. I'm not quite sure about that. Actually, no, that's okay. It's going to be okay because it'll come back off cooldown just after 30 seconds, so the camps will spawn up then.
But they're going to get 6 experience for everybody. What a lead.
Huge, massive. It's also a huge amount of gold. Like, it's a bonus. I should say huge amount of gold. Considering this early on, you can just get a free level Devour straight away before any kind of creeps have spawned up. It's a nice little bonus. I also want to say for people out there that do follow the social medias, if you guys follow me over on Facebook as well, you probably already know. I just want to give I think a shout-out's really the best word in the world.
Yeah, I mean, you want to give shout-out, but it feels like it's not classy enough,
it's like liking the Facebook post. It's
something deeper, you know?
It's like I feel deep about this post.
You want to have a moment of silence, but you just can't really do that in a broadcast.
Let's have a 15 second of silence before the creep waves will arrive. So for Nelson Mandela. All right. Thank you for the silence.
So we're going to have dual lanes coming out from Speed Gaming, right? They're going to put the Wisp with the Doom. Lich and the Mirana is going to be your off lane. They've already actually counted the laning ward coming out from Sigma as well, so this is a really good start to this off lane.
Yeah.
They have a really good combo. Mirana is really good at being able to harass a Lifestealer too.
And how greedy is Envy getting up on this top lane? Like, he's running a Stout Shield as well as running a Quelling Blade, so you know he's going to try and get as much farm out of this top lane as possible. And Miguel, problem when you run something like this, like, you're not going with the full PMS, but you're still going up against a Prophet. Prophet's going to win on this harass lane. Like, Pilot Eye will come in, but he's only got 2 tangos here. He doesn't want to give any more shared ones over to Eternal Envy. And Eternal Envy, now he should be using one of his shared tangos and put it on the cooldown instead of just using his basic ones. But I'm interested to see exactly what he's trying to build into here. Like, I thought maybe for a moment he's going to be rushing up the Ring of Health or something along these lines. But I know he wants a Hand of Midas more than anything else. But he bought boots as well. So, what's your timing here, Envy? What's your timing here? Someone going to scout you out of Satyr Creep, and he's only going to find a Centaur. So that's not what he's searching for.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He needs armor really, really badly, or like you said, he needs that regen. Either one would be a big boost to him. But either way, they're just going to feed him as much regen as possible. He's going to pick up a lot of gold from this lane. Meanwhile, their off lane's doing well. And mid, Batrider versus a melee, even if it's a tanky melee like DK, this works. So if they can actually start doing some harassment on DK, maybe especially when his bottle down, they can easily get a good kill with the Batrider and Wisp combo.
Still wondering just how effective, like the Batrider Wisp combo. All right, I can go with that, but Wisp is still one of these guys where I'm not feeling his presence on this top lane. Even when he hits level 6, I'm not 100% sure. Like, I'm like whispering in the Doombringer and Batrider jumping in with a Blink Dagger, or maybe just Wisp giving him it earlier. Like, there's no Blink Dagger, but Wisp may have ult level 6, so they can jump around the map that way. I'm just not feeling the pickup. Like, I remember when Wisp used to be picked up by Speed Gaming to counter the Batrider, in fact, to basically do these relocates to break the tethers every single time. Pideye's timing was absolutely superb on it. Yeah, I'm just not feeling the magic from this Speed Gaming lineup. I love their lanes. I really love their lanes, because, like, Doombringer, I can never be sad about a lane with Doom. Batrider, obviously, in the middle lane, it's very difficult to be sad about that. And then you got this Lich and Mirana on the off lane, which is working beautifully for Sing Sing. Like, he's 9 for 5, like, it's not the best CS in the world, but knowing how much Lich is being able to deny out from that bottom lane, it kind of makes up for it when you see it's like 10-6 up against 10-5. While on the top lane, Miguel, okay, maybe this is where you can get your little combination together, where we have Pylai die, just charge him with a tether on Eternal Envy, and they're able to force the Nature's Prophet TP all the way back to base again.
Yeah, I mean, they know they're not going to be dealing with too many early pushes, so Wisp is kind of a greedier support, I feel. You're right, he's going to have a hard time dealing with this offlane Furion. Miguel's doing a very good job of putting the harassment down, but as long as they're able to stay alive, they're still going to pick up a lot of experience, a lot of gold here in this lane, and they're going to turn this into a really powerful mid game. Like, a Doom already runs, he's already scary enough when he's Scorched Earth and running at you. You put a Wisp tether on that, that's really scary mid game action. So if they could just survive through this laning phase while still being able to pick up good CS on Eternal Envy, I actually really like their lineup. I think it's very, very powerful, but maybe it's just because I really like to see Wisp in other situations than just the typical.
Now this top lane's lost. Bone Seven's rotating out with a DD rune. He doesn't have much, but when this tether goes 100% slow, then into 1 Napalm, 2 Napalm, Flame Break, easy first blood for him. And Pilot Eye came down, could even get the bottle charges over, but he was healing up Eternal Envy. That was the first reason I was saying that this lane is lost. Once that bottle arrives to Wisp, he's basically a walking medic. And then on bottom lane, like Soshka, he's going to get harassed out of this lane bit by bit by Aoi. He's going to be really careful as well about that burst damage that can come out. An arrow connects, Frost Blast will come, Starfall will come, you'll never get your rage off. And you'll just die straight away. Yeah,
and they've essentially made the 2 supports pretty useless. Oh, here it comes. You know it's coming, Toby.
Don't use your pauses?
No, the mini-map. Oh, what happened? Sing Sing. He halfway completed his artwork.
It was a premature pullout.
Oh. Anyway, they've made the two supports pretty useless with this offlane. They force both Crystal Maiden and Chen. Both of them are extremely good at farming jungle, so it's not that big of a deal. They're like, all right, we can't actively stop this lane from doing anything. A support's going to get bullied if he's sitting in lane, and any sort of attempts at gank are going to be pretty futile. So instead, we're just going to fully on jungle, which both CM and Chen are extremely good at doing. Matt actually was doing the really good thing for Radiant jungle. It's especially good on Radiant jungle. He was stacking the hard camp and then found himself a Wild Wing Ripper. He was level 5 at 4.5 minutes in. This is really good timing. They're going to smoke up, see if they can gank mid. Again, not going to gank bottom. It's kind of useless versus the Lich and Mirana.
Yeah. What do you even try and do up against that? Meh. Doesn't work. So have a rotator. I'm still very concerned about this timing. It's Eternal Envy is about to have Devour come off cooldown at the same time they're rotating up for the gank. Are they looking for the middle lane? Batrider is currently about to do a triple stack on the camp. And he's going to drag it. Oh, if he dragged up instead of down,
oh, no.
The smoke reveal, he doesn't have Firefly. The camp's going to come down, though, and that's not going to be nice for Pass. He'll take damage from that while Prophet dies up on the top lane. We have a drag back. Chen is trying to send this Crystal Maiden back out again, and this stops the gank. Like, Pass trying to get one last Frostbite off. But Prophet also died on this top lane to the Doombringer, and now Doom has level 6.
Well, I was going to say that sucks, but at the same time, look at what Matt is doing.
Oh, no.
He's got a clap as well to be able to throw down, so it's going to die really, really quickly.
Boom.
Nice. Yeah, that's unfortunate that Matt wasn't in position to be able to get a clap off when Batrider came across, but still, they benefit hugely from being able to take that stack and deny Batrider it. So it's good rotation at the same time. Feda, again, DK is not a hero that rotates out of his lane. Instead, the pressure comes from him being able to push in middle with his ultimate really, really early on. So your first tier 1 falls without really a Chen gank. I mean, Chen didn't have much to do there. I mean, I guess they technically did keep the Batrider back, but they're going to get some of these early towers. Speed Gaming knows that. They know it's not really a big deal. If they can get a deny or two, that'd be great.
As long as they don't lose too many of these towers, then it's okay. Like, Hand of Midas is already up and running now on the Doombringer. All he's got to do is, yep, there it is. Walk over the side shop, pick up a Hand of Midas. So now we're running both Midas as well as Devour, and we're going for a trip. We're going bottom lane. They need the Doom, and he got it.
Him. Nice.
Dead. Totally dead. Crystal Maiden's going to stay with him. Pilot Eye tries to attack Crystal Maiden. Yeah, the definitely. Oh, he got the denial! Even that close, Centaur Stomp will go. The Wisp has to drag him back up towards the top lane. Now that was difficult. When you got 3 heroes chasing down a Doom target, getting the timing right, especially with the Crystal Maiden who's got like 47 damage. Nicely done by Pass.
Yeah, that was really good. He saw the Wisp attack coming in, knew it wasn't going to be quite enough, and aimed for his auto attack to follow up immediately afterwards. Really well done. It goes to show, though, Speed Gaming, they may not have gotten that, but at least Lifestealer did die. He's going to lose out on farming time. And the end result is a gank squad that I was actually still successful. This isn't the typical like CK gank where it's, you know, you have to get kills with relocate. They don't necessarily need that. This is still a bit more of a combative Wisp with the Doom. Yeah, they're not necessarily relying on this combo to work all the time. No surprise, though, Sigma takes another Tier 1 tower at bottom, with Dragon Knight activating his ult. They're going to try and take all of these Tier 1 and Tier 2s by the 20-minute mark, it looks like.
That's the perfect thing to do. I'm still worried, though, what's going to happen when they try and push in the top lane. Like, these are really great because they're really making the most out of this Poison Dragon form. And the kill on the Lifestealer, like, if Lifestealer was properly dead then maybe Speed Gaming would be like,
Oh, here comes beautiful setup at top.
Yeah, Batrider's been waiting with this Invis rune forever. Lasso and Fader, because the tower's down, there's no extra support coming in. The Spirit Balls are going to hit him. That's a good breathe fire, though. So they are going to hurt for their kill. But it's a tower as well as a DK's death.
And look at Pilot Die. He runs forward in order to get a really aggressive ward. They want to make sure that Doom, they know they're going to lose towers. That's fine as long as Doom is actually being able to pick farm. And the bad thing, what would happen in here is if Doom got ganked somewhere in this 10 to 15 minute mark, if he got ganked even once, that would really put in danger Speed Gaming's plan, which is just to farm out while these towers are traded. Doom dies once, and he falls so far behind in that regard. So they need to make sure he holds on to his gold. He's already got 2,000 on him, so he's looking pretty good when it comes to farm. He's sitting at 63 and 5, highest gold per minute in the game, I believe. Once I find, yep, 520.
Well, 520 to the 451. which is now dropping and dropping and dropping. Is DK not getting last hits? No, he's walking out of base.
Yeah, and that's without towers. All that Midas Devour combo.
That's a really good time for Bone 7 now. Like, even having that stack taken from him, I think Wisp is thinking about an ulti out. Yes, he's got ulti available. He should be taking Eternal Envy. The man who's walking around with... I love this too. Eternal Envy is one of these guys that does subscribe to this kind of like creep to find him. To have this this Frost attack. So move slower 20%, attack slower 20%. And up against like any hero that doesn't have immunity, like DK is like, oh, I'll attack now. Nope.
Oh, they see Miguel. That's where that aggressive ward, that's exactly where they're going to go. They're just going to try and pick up this kill, but they may get countered. They have to run away.
Yep. That Doom almost has to be triggered, but if they can wait long enough, 4 seconds.
Oh, God, they're going to pick up both.
They got Pilot Eye. They got Envy as well. He's TPing.
Oh, maybe not.
They have no stuns. They've used all their stuns.
Oh, wow.
At the same time now, Lich Ulti's going to be triggered over to Blocking Mad. It's bouncing back into his army of creeps. It's not going to kill off the full army, but it's some damage to pass to Fader after he TP'd himself in. So Wisp will go down. They don't lose their Chen. Lich Ulti had to be used. Hand of God also had to be used by Bucking Mad. But they baited out at about 200 gold worth, or over 200 gold worth of gold for TPs.
Yeah, that was the right idea. I mean, that's the power of that sort of aggressive ward, is being able to reveal some heroes that aren't really expecting those ganks. Unfortunately, the one thing they didn't see was the 2 heroes rotating over from the river to top, and they got caught completely off guard. Normally, though, that is the smart play. What they did was smart. They just unfortunately had a lack of information. If they just waited an extra second, they would have seen those extra heroes at top from the creep wave, and they wouldn't have never gone. But still, it was a great attempt. Speed gaming, though, I still feel they're really in control of this game. The gold lead is slightly in head for Sigma, sitting at about 1,200, but the experience lead definitely in the favor of Speed Gaming, sitting about 3,000. And that's pretty important because the gold lead is all through those tier 1 towers.
Well, right now there's movement coming up towards the top. They're checking for that ward. And Pylite died.
There it is, twice in a row.
Gonna tether down, tether down, tether down, tether down. Oh, the Prophet ulti bounces through him. With the Midnight Shadow as well, he was gonna have enough space to get himself away to safety right then.
Did they smoke up to top? Did Sigma smoke up to top?
No, they walked.
Really? Because the twice in a row that combo tries to go top, because they see something with their aggressive ward, but they don't realize there are more heroes. And I just didn't see the route that they went, that Speed Gaming wouldn't have had that intel, that pretty much all of Sigma went top like that.
I didn't see the use of the smoke. I might be wrong, but I didn't see the use of the smoke.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
We kind of forgot about one guy, though.
Sing Sing?
Yep.
And his farm?
Yep.
Farm.
Same with Lifestealer. He's just sitting down here. And Bone 7, he hasn't forgotten about him.
Oh, nice.
Blinks, lasso, arrow combination, starfall, and that's that burst damage we're talking about. And then, hey! Whoa. We're going for Miguel as well. The Sprout, but they need some vision in the tree line. They can't see, and they cut through the team. Oh!
So close, Spirits! Ice Rock, please. Why you gotta nerf that Spirit vision like that? Oh, he just had...
I'm surprised he didn't just doom him. Because he was doing it. He was doing his TP ability. Like, it wasn't even a TP scroll.
Well, he was trying to. If the Spirits had revealed, he would have definitely done it. I think just the Spirits hitting gives you very, very small amount of vision, and then, I don't know, he just couldn't get off the animation in time, I feel. I don't know, but he's got a plate mail, though. They were able to pick up a tower in exchange for that top tower, so they're doing a good job exchanging. That was a really good Wisp teleport there. That was the right idea. It wasn't needed for the extra gank on Lifestealer. That wasn't the point. They knew they were going to be able to. They needed that fast reaction to be able to get on top of that tower to ensure that Sigma couldn't teleport in.
Owie stab. Prophet just TPs in. He tries to TP out in time, but Prophet even directly throws the ulti out. Because then it didn't slow down this bottom lane at all. I guess he didn't have vision while it was bouncing. But now we've got the bottom lane just going to get destroyed. And pass. Well, support's on the way in. It's Soshka who's going to come in close, and it's right on top of the Doombringer. Arrow, there's no point throwing it out just yet. Not while there's Rage up.
That might be the first time that Paris realizes that the plate mail plus ice armor on Doom. He was like, why aren't these hits doing anything? Oh, God. He's got 21 armor.
Oh, you don't even have your damage. It's like, oh, now I buy my Hand of Midas recipe? How long is it going to take before he will do damage? Like, okay, all outer
Yeah.
towers of Speed Gaming are now toast. Fader just bumped into Owie. Owie really should have noticed that. Bone 7 as well. Bone 7's got himself a Blink Dagger, but DK really possibly could have gone for the stun, just an easy pickup on the Lich.
Yeah, I never really realized how good a job this dual lane did at shutting down Lifestealer. Now, Lifestealer died a couple times. One of the Bat Rider rotations was perfect for that. But he's so far
Arrow
behind.
flies, misses absolutely everything. Doom still got Doom, and he throws down the Crystal Maiden of all people. Guaranteed kill. Hand of God will not save Pass from this. He'll die over on the on the warding spot. Sing Sing already used Leap Chen, Nuke, Alpha Wolf, and that's just buffing up this Dragon-tailed Fader. And a one-for-one trade with Doom being used. Trade is not going well right now for Speed, especially the Sigma going inside the Rosh pit. This should be quick and easy for them. With that Alpha Wolf, they've got that bonus damage they need. It makes up for their lack of items.
Yeah, like the one good thing Speed is really doing is making sure they trade towers, but the really great thing that Sigma doing is doing a lot of good counter ganking. Every single time Speed moves out to get some sort of gank, whether it's relocate or just being aggressive on the other side of the river, Sigma's pretty much on top of it. And now because of that, they're able to pick up Rosh. All the tier 2s are gone. You're going to be looking at probably a tier 3 push here pretty soon. I'm not sure if they want to really do that before the 20-minute mark, but at the very least, they're probably going to try and control the map as much as possible. That being said, they can't split up too much, otherwise they're really susceptible to relocate ganks and the Bat Rider as well.
Just watching this, like that Bat Rider movement straight down middle lane. Mr. BT's going to be everywhere on the map right now.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of everyone on the map too, Eternal Envy, he's just hiding in the tree line down the bottom. He's about a recipe, well, he's basically the recipe away from having the Shiva's Guard. And once that's up and running, he'll be looking good. Coming out towards that bottom lane, looking at Soshka. He still doesn't have Doom though. Once he's got Doom, he can attempt this.
There it is. Unfortunately, the creep wave's going to die. They have to hope that Paris goes for the next wave. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Doom, yeah, and B's just like...
He's got support. Lich is in the neighborhood, but it's not enough support. And now middle lane.
Middle, yeah.
Yeah. Sigma's wanting to force into a 5th game right now. 17 minutes, looking to go high ground. And with the DD rune, the arrow flies out. It evades, everyone evades it. And Fader's on the way out. Prophet TP's in and makes his army of the trees, but unfortunately for them, the backdoor regen is now up again. And Envy is not backing up. He sent a courier over to pick up the Mystic Staff, which it will now get. And he has enough. Yeah, he has enough money now for his Shiva's Guard. So that'll be here for this fight.
Sing Sing almost led a potential pickoff with a nice arrow, but Sigma doing a really good job dodging it. Good
Doom's
time for
back.
Glyph.
Look for the Wisp ulti. Almost in the middle. Arrow flies.
there
Hits
it is.
Miguel. That's a 5-second stun over on Nature's Prophet, but is it enough? Do they feel it's enough? Lich ulti bounces down, back into Fader. Doom's also over on the Lifestealer right now, and they haven't managed to break free of this Lich ulti. While Lifestealer, he got sent back! He got sent back by the Chen! The Crystal Maiden's on the run out of here! Speed Gaming, they've lost the Lich and they haven't claimed anybody, even Crystal Maiden. She was so low on life. TP's out. Fader's on the way out here. He's already used the BKB, so at least Speed Gaming, for everything they've committed, they will get a 1-1 trade, almost losing the Bat Rider with a Breathe Fire from Fader. That is a disaster of a fight for Speed Gaming, even if they do hold their Tier 3 tower.
I don't know. I mean, I felt like it would have been so much more of a disaster if they didn't send Lifestealer back. Like, Paris was playing, he was going, I want to die. I want to die right now
they're gonna
because
fight.
I have Aegis.
They're going to fight. Open wounds over to Eternal Envy. Pylai dies trying to hold him there. The arrow soaked up by the rage.
just
Sing
can't
Sing
hit Doom.
He's coming in close and then has to leap himself away. Aegis will be reclaimed in 3 minutes' time. And can you check your mic pack as well? Because I think it's happening to you as well.
He just can't hit Doom. That's all it comes down to. Like, he has to be like 6 slotted before he can target this Doom. Like, Doom's going to be able to pick up hard eventually. Did so much armor with the Shivas and an ice armor on you.
Sing Sing might be in a little bit of trouble right now. Sprout leaps away out of it, which means now he can't escape the open wounds. Has to go on the tree line and TPs.
Wow.
And they realize no more stuns available. Actually, they have almost enough money for that side device over on the Nature's Prophet. I say almost. 1,200 gold at the rate that Miguel is farming is easy. Very, very easy. But Eternal Envy's got to get back out into that jungle. He's got Devour, and he's got Hand of Midas to use, and he must get both these triggering every single time. Problem is he doesn't want either of these creeps because they both have an ability. Actually, it might almost be worth taking the Purge. And I'm saying that because, like, we just had Lifesteal sent back by the Chen, but you can Purge off the Chen send back now. I don't know if it's worth really taking Purge over something. Oh, you get the arrow in the mid. But there's support coming in for Soshka. He'll be okay. But if it's worth taking that Purge over something like the Ice Armor or any kind of, like, regeneration aura.
I just think Ice Armor is just too strong.
But you don't want to be in another position
in fact,
where, like,
I'm really surprised
where you doom someone
AUI.
to send back. Like, you don't want to have that kind of situation again.
Yeah. But I'm really surprised that AUI doesn't have any levels of Ice Armor. He went for the maxed out sacrifice. Considering how strong it is against Sigma, they've got a lot of physical damage. Their 3 cores are all pure physical damage. And then on top of that, 2 of them are melee. Well, 1.5, really. Since you only play...
I'm kind of sitting with Aoi on this one. Like, it's not really needed right now. While Doom's giving out the Ice Armor, like the Frost Armor, it's not as... Oh, it is actually Ice Armor. It's not as required.
Yeah. I guess that's true. But it's just my feeling is if he had Ice Armor, then that would free Doom up to go something else like Centaur Stun or Critical, which is... He really wants to pick up crit sometime soon. Like, he's actually going to be hitting really hard once he picks up his next item. And then at that point, usually, you really want Wolf by that time because it's such a huge increase in damage.
And Speed's backed into a corner right now. They are not wanting to come out. And Matt's enjoying this time. He's just going through the jungle with Vladimir's offering Arcane as well as Mech. So no one's losing any life whatsoever while they're fighting.
Yeah, everyone on Sigma. I mean, they're all in their jungle. They're playing very, very, like, defensive farm here. I think it's because Speed Gaming knows that Aegis is about to go down, and they're expecting Sigma to go for, like, some sort of all-out team fight in order to pop the Aegis or something. They just want to make sure that they don't lose, don't get forced into a position where they have to fight against an Aegis. Now the Aegis is down, maybe they'll feel a little bit more comfortable moving out. In fact, Wisp is actually going to go with Sing Sing here at the bottom. That's like some high amount of survivability. Mirana able to leap away, and if that's not enough, Wisp can always relocate him back and sacrifice himself.
That's true. That's definitely true. Batrider's looking for a pick-off on the top lane. I got a funny feeling that's what it was all about. Like, Bone 7 was scouting out in the top lane. You get one lasso, and then just Wisp ulti Sing Sing into that one. Say, okay, now we just murder. But no one's really showing themselves out. In the meantime, I don't think Speed Gaming are worried about this. Like, right now, if you look at the net worth, obviously it's not great for Speed Gaming. They've got the #1 slot, but then there's 4 other Sigma players before you then hit a player from Speed Gaming. But while Envy keeps using Devour and Hand of Midas, this gold income is basically, it's ridiculous. He's 2,000 experience, 2,000 net worth in front, while there's still 3 tower advantage going the way of Team Sigma. Sing Sing's trying to build now into a mana style as well, so he's finding some other items coming his way. But this Doombringer now is going to build into an AC. So he's going to stack both of them together. He's got another plate mail up. We are looking at a 35 armor Doombringer with that Ice Armor.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The unfortunate thing is, both teams are tanking up big, and both teams are having a hard time killing those tanks.
Envy!
Oh, God.
He's frostbitten, not frostbitten, he was frostbitten as well, side the biased up, and now you see all that armor counting for naught. 4-staff up, Shiva's guard, he dies! The last attack from the DK will pick him off. 4-staffing up as well, the lifestealer, so he can chase it down, but Sigma know what they want, and they want mid-racks. Arrow flies in, connects over onto the DK. Batrider, he's stood himself a blink dagger into a lasso. Literally bouncing around, down to pass, down even deeper to bucking Mad, and now the lasso dragging Fader back in range of the mid-racks, but then Fader, DK stuns up on the Doombringer, but he's already on the sidelines. Leap down by Sing Sing, arrow point blank range will connect. They're trying to get to the other side of the tether. The Chen Nuke goes over to Pylai Die. But 2 heroes on the sideline, past TPing out. And we've got Soshka just running up north. But it did cost a buyback from the Doombringer.
Still, that was a really good team fight, I feel, for Speed Gaming. I mean, the disadvantage that they were at with Doom already being picked off in the very beginning, and only losing a tier 3, successfully defending their racks. They just push this game a little bit longer. They'll have a chance at Roshan. They'll have a chance of being able to, again, remember this gold lead? It's not that big. 7,500 gold lead at 25 minutes in. That may feel like a lot, but they're 4 towers up on Sigma. If Speed Gaming gets one good team fight that they turn into controlling the map and pushing towers of their own, they're going to be really far ahead in gold.
Sing got a really good arrow on top lane. That's 5 seconds right there. Starfall as well. There is Infest, but just even forcing out that Infest is worth it, especially while that middle lane's being attacked up. They attack the tower, but not bringing it within deny range. If they let that catapult attack once more, which they won't, that it might have been possible that the tower comes in within deny range. But there's still that 4 tower advantage going the way of Sigma. But the movement from Doombringer, it's more and more money, man. He's got a, we got 4 stuff coming out for Aoi 2000. Just keep giving Envy this room, and life is not going to get better for you. Like, yeah, Devour, Hand of Midas, won't take long. All that money which he wasted, which was going into the AC. I say wasted. The buyback still saved the racks.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Sigma is giving...
All profit. That's the other side of the vice as well. Shiva's got, he dooms him straight away. And that's going to be Miguel. I don't know. He shouldn't tick out from this one. The Dragon Tail stun will come. Support. It could come with a Wisp. And now the lasso. He's dragging the Lifestealer back again and into the tree line. Moonlight Shadow will now be used. Have they got the Invis? Forstaff gets him away. Batrider coming back in again. Sicky Napalm. Passes now on the sideline. Sing Sing. He is coming in. The Lich Oldie going down. And it bounces over towards Fader. With the level debt over towards the Chen 2. They need a stun. They can't do anything. The BKB's up and running. So 2 heroes lost. It's again the 2 supporters on the sidelines for Sigma. And the calls will run away, but that's a critical moment because Roshan, well, he's coming out of his pit right now. He's alive.
You know, this is exactly what I was going to talk about. I felt that Sigma, by not pushing in more aggressively and grouping up every single chance you get and just pushing in over and over and over again, I felt like they're giving Speed Gaming an opening. Not that it's bad. I just felt like they had such a big lead. It's not like they can benefit from going later. They can benefit from using this map control to be able to farm up, but I felt like it was a more assured win if they just pushed in. Granted, these heroes can, like you're beginning to see, Necro Book built on Chen. DK still really wants to be level 16. That's his big level. Lifestealer, of course, can always be built more into SNY, into, you know, Abyssal and that sort of thing. But I feel like they're just giving Speed Gaming openings for them to be able to pick off heroes when they spread out and farm like that, rather than trying to end the game.
Miguel able to get the Hex off this time around on Batrider before the lasso can connect. The arrow is already prematurely flying off, and well, now Bone 7 stunned up.
Initiation.
He wasn't ready for the Shadow Blade.
No.
It was only just purchased up on Fader. Middle lane now is in within deny range. There's a couple of these illusions attacking, but the Crystal Man denies off the tower, and Envy running away. He's got himself Doom back up again. So he may decide to cast it. The arrow will connect over to Lifestealer. Prophet TP's in. He got both of them. TP out by one. There's going to be a TP out by Sing Sing. And it was the push away onto Eternal Envy to get him away to safety. And now Pylite die. Oh, man. That ulti. It takes him back in 3 seconds. Tether. Oh, he got dragged back. What?
Punished for your sins.
What pulled him back? It wasn't the Sprout. It wasn't the Dragon Tail stun. What pulled him back into the creep wave?
That almost looked like a vacuum pulled him back.
Yeah, but obviously not possible. Now DK, he's being doomed up. The Lich Oldie is within nothing but the treants right now. But Blink, Lasso, they've managed to pick up Soshka in the middle of his rage, and Envy just turning his attention over and looking to fight even harder. With that level death, Lifestealer just pops. But the DK's back to safety. Again, that's them back. Man, I really think it's worth a purge. I really think it's worth the purge.
I really don't, though. I really don't, because this sort of, like the last time it happened, Aegis popped. This time, Dragonite, yeah, like he may have kept Dragonite alive, but at the same time, Speed Gaming don't really care that much if he gets sent back, because it means they defended. And that's all they care about right now, because they're guaranteed at least one pickoff. They've got an amazing pickoff hero in Batrider. Once they lose one of their carries, if they just doom, it, like, you take that hero out of the fight, whether he's, you know, obviously silent, or if he's sent back to his base. Either way, he's no longer part of the team fight, and it means Speed Gaming has defeated the push. So it means they're able to pick off an extra hero, push out from there. I think they're just really taking this, instead of Sigma fully committing to these fights and letting heroes die, fully just all-out 5v5 brawl and taking it, they're giving Speed Gaming more and more room to be able to farm up the items that they really need. Soon you're going to have AC finish up on Doom. Now, that's not to say that Sigma is necessarily bad in the late game. It just I feel like Speed Gaming is going to be able to contest them more than they would have 10 minutes ago.
Man, I'm going to go to the 14,000 people that were tuning in right now. Please tweet me at Toby1Dota to let me know what the hell happened.
I was looking for force snaps. I was thinking, okay, maybe Wisp was like pointed
pushed
the
him
wrong
back the
way,
other way.
somehow, even though he tethered backwards. Maybe he was faced the other direction somehow. I don't know.
Envy. He's so close to the smoke gank, but they don't want to walk high ground. I got a feeling that Sigma feels this is a bait with Eternal Envy down this middle lane. But it's not. He's just like, Aegis the Immortal. I got 3 more minutes of safety.
He didn't
AC.
He didn't relocate from that position, right? His relocate
No,
went
no,
down
no.
and
It
he
was
went
it
back
was
to that?
it didn't pull him back out again. Like if he relocated, it would have taken him back to base.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could possibly think why he went backwards. If he relocated from the position where he went backwards to, but that makes no sense to me.
Well, jumped up lane. Envy, there's your Blink Dagger. Bat Rider grabs Miguel. And now you got Lifestealer trying to run through the fire and the flames. While Bone 7, there's your tether back in again. Miguel, he's so low on life, but he's not dead yet. He almost will if Aoi just turns around and Frost blasts him. He's coming down to try and kill off Vader. And they got him. Vader actually going down in his dragon form. There's a stun over on Sing Sing, but a little bit deeper over. There's your ulti coming from Pylai Dai. Arrow will connect it to Lifestealer, and we just lost 2 of the cores of Sigma. The gems on the deck as well, a little bit further up. That's going to be picked up by Aoi 2000. He's already got himself a gem. He doesn't need more. The Prophet's back at base, and Crystal Maiden's back at base. Bottom lane is going to be defended by Bone 7 for Sigma. They really seemed to just panic when that fight happened. Lifestealer jumped down. He spent half his time running during that fight, let alone hitting.
And Sigma was pretty well set up for that. I mean, it felt like they're almost counter-ganking. They had Lifestealer inside of Miguel. They had heroes set up in the jungle. But Speed Gaming are experts at being able to hit hard and fast in team fights. A good example was that bottom lane team fight where you had heroes targeting Doom and you had Mirana and Wisp teleport into the side shop. That was a really good example, if you ever want to go back to that, into how Speed Gaming is able to make team fights go in their favor with their positioning.
Miguel TP'd in, the Hex over on Sing Sing. At the same time, Fader, Shadowblade walks up. Sing Sing pops the Mana Style. He breaks free. Pylai Dai tethered him up, so they've got a lot of movement speed to get away. The tier 2 tower won't go down, but attempted ganks. It's like I still can't believe like this is like 15-8 Speed Gaming holding that advantage. Wow, okay. Maybe we are understanding a little bit more when we start looking at the graphs. As far as experience goes, look at the experience before the gold graph. We see 12,000 experience going the way of Speed Gaming. And they haven't had like a loss in experience since like 9 minutes in. That's when they first took the lead and they've held the lead since then. The gold completely the other way, but it's now 2,000 gold, only the advantage to Sigma. And only one of those outer towers has been destroyed. So there's still another 3.5k gold just sitting on the deck.
Yeah, in my mind, 6 minutes ago, when they were defending their base and having those team fights, they were even. I really felt that Speed Gaming was even in this fight. Now I really feel they're ahead. They're very, very far ahead. Maybe not in gold, but they're taking control of the map, and you're going to see that gold graph just drop like a rock when you see some of these tier 2s start falling. Sigma still has a chance to be able to defend them, still has a chance to be able to keep and retain some map control if they're just able to get one good team fight, but they just haven't had a good one in a long, long time. In Speed Gaming, they're feeling confident enough to come out of their shell.
I had a guy actually tweet me. There's a lot of people who are still saying it was 4 stars or it was relocate. One guy tweeted me saying it's actually he relocated and tethered. When you do that, it triggers a bug with tether where you will retether. It sends you to a random place. So it yeah.
I've had that happen before. I've had that happen, and it just he means random. Like random means random. It just you show up and you're just like, why am I there?
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand my world.
BKB is going to be up soon on Bone 7.
I'm still wondering what's going to... Like, okay, BKB's coming from Bone 7. What is Doombringer going to go next? Like, we've got to be looking at damage. He's got
yeah,
Shiva's
you need
gun,
a
he's got
flat
AC.
damage item at this point.
Well, actually, then again, does he? Does he? I know you're going up against a Lifestealer, but do you go even more tankability right now?
No, you've got enough armor to be able to... I think you have enough tank. I mean, Grant,
He's only got 33 armor, man. I think maybe he needs a little bit more.
Maybe a little bit more. You know, like, he
Frost
will
armor
get...
of 4. Add 9 armor onto the back of that one. So technically, you've got, what, 33 plus 9? Do the math, 42. Well.
I mean, you will get so much. If you get any amount of health, it's sort of like exponential in the regards. Oh, okay, this is a smart item. Go Halberd, right? Evasion Versus both of these strength heroes, you got evasion, but it also gives you a little bit more health. That health, you're gaining exponential benefits out of it because you have so much armor. But it also gives you some chase as well, a little bit of damage. I think this is a really smart item. He could really benefit from a flat damage item in the fact that you'll just start creaming through some of these quote-unquote tanks, Lifestealer and DK. But I think that this is a really smart choice by him. It's right in the middle, which is the perfect. It's not too hot, too cold.
It's just right. It's just right from Kellogg's. Not sponsors of this tournament. But would be awesome if they were. Actually, does anyone know? Do you even know what Kellogg's is?
Yeah, of course. It could. Yeah.
What?
But
Started
in America.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like one of
We're
those.
cereal country, man.
Just cereal? Well, in that case, do you know Uncle Toby's?
No.
In that case, you don't know cereal.
Okay.
You're not cereal enough, man.
All right, good. I was just making... Eternal Envy was holding on to so much gold. I was like, please don't go S and Y and prove me wrong.
I think he won't have enough money for buyback. He won't have enough because now even if he dies, he'll still have enough money for buyback, which is the reason why now the buyback status up, because this is the only graph which is interesting me right now. Because the next thing is racks. The next thing is going high ground. And I say that even though Speed Gaming still haven't taken out tier 2 towers, the push rate they have is more than high enough that you will have to like they take one fight, they take racks. It's still that simple.
I know everybody's going to hate me for this, but I
hate you.
All right. Dragonite, I almost want him to see him have built a Midas. Just because level 16 is such an important level on Dragonite, being able to have that Frost Dragon, especially against melees like Doom, it's such an important pickup for him, and to be 36 minutes in and still be working towards that. Like, in my mind, like it feels like Sigma has lost control of the game, and they're just going to farm up and push this late and see if they have a chance there. But if this is one of the main game changers in my mind that was keeping Sigma back from really being able to push in, was if he was level 16. It's such a big upgrade to Dragonite and how he's able to just kite around heroes constantly and slow down their movement speed and their attack speed. It's really, really useful. So, but I don't know. Then you would have both Midases on Lifestealer and Dragonite anyway. But then again, they didn't push that aggressively. I keep saying this, but I felt like they weren't pushing aggressively enough. Roshan, maybe. I know you're just looking at that courier. I'm watching you.
But what's he doing?
You wanna?
It's the Radiant Courier. It's the Radiant Courier. It's the Radiant Courier.
Please.
Has been killed.
They were scouting out heroes to see if they were in the Roche pit.
It was sent before when they were
No,
up there.
no, Toby, you can't call out mistakes. But pro players don't make mistakes, Toby.
Sorry,
Stop.
obviously.
It's obviously a bait to see if there are heroes in the top lane.
Obviously.
And if there aren't, they know they're in the Roche pit, which is exactly where they are. Fucking inception going on. My mind is blown. Unfortunately, they're not doing anything about the Roche. Roshan is given to just put on Mirana because why PV'd it on Doom? He's never going to die anyway.
Yeah, and Sing Sing's the man who's like, oh, I missed a damage dealer. He's got 3.7k gold on him after finishing up a Mjolnir, as well as having a Mana Style. I think part of that is about to send him somewhere, because they're moving in a very obscure manner. They can't be looking for a rune to put into that bottle, which is on Sing Sing right now. I don't know if I want to see a Monkey King part, because there's no evasion. I'd just like to see a straight Daedalus. The arrow's going to have a bit of a guesstimation. Miguel moves up, and look at the Wisp ulti. That positioning was so right. Miguel, the stun, where is it? They got the damage. They don't need the stun.
Great pickoff. Now they know split push is not coming.
Oh, then again, look where Fader is.
Yeah.
Look where Fader is. He's like staring down the top lane. It's like, I will avenge you, Courier. I will avenge you.
Well, technically he can. No, wait, Chain Frost is up. I was like, technically he can pop his ultimate, push aggressively, start beating on the tier 3, and then pop BKB and teleport away when he knows heroes are on top of him. But there's Chain Frost. So, like, that would buy them a lot of time if you pulled it off, but Chain Frost makes it too risky. Chain Frost is off cooldown, and you can't just BKB teleport.
Well, life is interesting.
Why is that, Toby?
Wow, we don't move anywhere. Put that Skype window back down again.
I can't help it. All right, it happened once. I pulled up Skype and I clicked one because I'm thinking it's my Skype, and then now every single time I alt tab, it pulls up Skype, or it was.
Not anymore. Not
Whatever.
anymore.
I'm
Sorry.
sticking to my story.
And until we get the second computer set up in the studio, Cap's using my laptop.
His tiny little laptop with
You
this
mean tiny?
tiny screen.
It's so powerful, that laptop, man. That laptop is amazing. I love that laptop.
That's not the first time you've described something of yours in that way, huh, Toby?
Yes, it's amazing.
Small but powerful, right?
It's amazing what my pinky can do.
Oh my god.
Moving on.
I bet.
Fader,
I bet.
get your ass out of there, man. There's a double TP coming back to stop you. And Bone 7, he's not gonna, with the Shadow Blade TP out, he's all good to go. Also known as Crystal Maiden.
Does Naomi know the power of your pinky, Toby?
Shut
Does
up,
she?
Cap. Shut up.
3,600 gold on
we get Mars. Bone 7, how long has it been? I feel so at home now. The Mask of Madness, Bat Rider, PTs, 4 staff. Oh, it's just so familiar again.
So once Doom picks up his next item, I feel it's kind of Speed Gaming's time to push in, because they're ahead. They're finally ahead in gold. For the longest time, they're finally ahead in the gold graph. They're really far ahead in experience. If they just maybe they can wait for Roshan, the next Roshan, either that or they finish up the next item on Eternal Envy and they push in, because after that, Sigma's actually going to start making grounds. They do have pretty decent late game. Lifestealer has growth, while as Doom is about ready to max out soon. Once he picks up his next item, there's not much more you can go after that. Still a little bit, but he's going to be really, really powerful in comparison to a lot of these heroes. Bone 7 is maxed out now with his Mask of Madness pickup.
Look at him move. 506. I take out was. It's like a rabid dog just moving through the jungle. Where's the ball? But look at this army coming up towards top lane. So Chen's got his army moving up. Then you've got an army of trees coming up as well. And Chen also, now the courier is alive again, is going to be flying out his 3rd level Necro book. So we get our 2nd full level 3 Necro book coming the way of Sigma to go with their 3 Midases. They don't have 2 BKBs yet, but Crystal Maiden's pretty damn close to it. Up against Speed Gaming, who have got like a little bit of everything. They've only got 1 Midas in their lineup.
Yeah, 41 minutes in, they're just now getting to their this plan. The plan is good, except for it's just if you accelerated it by like 10 minutes, Sigma would be dominating the game. But unfortunately, like they're just now getting their Necro Book 3s up. So that next level of push, kind of like the mid to late game push, where you've got mass Necro Book minions running at you. It's only just now coming up, and I feel Speed is going to be able to deal with it, but Sigma's going to go for the push anyway. This is going to be, I feel like, their last hurrah. If they don't get this, then Speed controls the game. They get a massive gold lead by taking towers, and they're going to push in on Sigma, and I don't see them being able to do much.
I don't know how they can kill off Envy. Sorry, I'm looking at this guy with 6k gold as well. If he sells the Hand of Midas and buys a heart,
he's unkillable, and if he picks up a flat damage item, then he's hitting really, really hard. Either way is good option for him.
Like he could just buy a straight Abyssal Blade right now if he wants to as well, and they can be a straight damage item. Obviously, there's no point going like many other things. You might actually look towards the Monkey King bar. Maybe no, there's no evasion. No, just a straight out life point. I think is the best way of doing it. They're getting enough damage from Sing Sing. Like Sing Sing just got a butterfly to go with Mjolnir and to go with his Manta style, and he's still carrying around this Aegis Immortal for a little bit longer.
Yeah, normally I would say just mass health. I just don't think Sing Sing is doing well, but Moran has never been a hero that is the most glass cannon of cannons, right? His hits, I mean, he's hitting really hard right now just because he has so much gold, but other glass cannons would be able to benefit from the same items so much more. They'd be hitting so much harder. But I guess Sing Sing is hitting maybe just hard enough to be able to think about just going flat health on Doom rather than he's going to go Boots of Travel.
And he's got the heart as well.
Nice.
He bought the recipe for the heart.
He's going to pull it both.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have enough money to finish the job, though.
Eh.
He needs to use Devour once
Couple
and
Devours, couple Midases.
then be fine.
No problem.
Puts the phase boost back on the courier. Actually, if he sells the phase boost, what is that TP? As quickly, as efficiently as possible, move to the bottom lane.
He really wants to get that hard up.
Even with his 390 movement speed, it's still not enough. It's just not enough. He's got the money for the heart now. The courier just purchased it, so he's got BT's heart, so he's only got one other item to sell, and then he's 46 slotted. What would Duke get? The world's at your fingertips right now. You have got so much armor. So much armor. With a +9, he sits... Oh, look, with the Vladimir's offering too, he's got 48 armor. 48 armor with 3.4k life points.
I didn't notice the Vlads on Lich, but that's a really good pickup. Because with Doom, like the thing with Doom is
people in the chat say just get Divine Rapier.
Yeah, just get Divine Rapier.
Yeah. You can't kill it anyway.
I don't know about that one, but it's amazing how Doom hits so hard. Like I keep wanting to see a flat damage item just because that critical would hit so hard. But at the same time, like with Vlad's, the aura, the levels that he has, he's already hitting and he's for 300 damage a hit.
He's life stealing as well while he's hitting that hard. It's Daedalus last. But no, he doesn't need to. It's like, screw it, pack his aura. I don't need that.
Wow.
It really should be like Abyssal Blade as the last one. Yeah,
so he can just man-fight the Lifestealer without Lifestealer, even though Lifestealer's not going to get many benefits from Beast.
He gets doomed up, and then you've also got like this. Then he uses his Abyssal Blade over on the DK, so DK can't attack. But DK's only got like he's got 2k life points, but he's got BKB Shadow Blade. We're like 45 minutes into this game, and we have a BKB Shadow Blade treads DK.
Look at Sigma. They know that they're really feeling the pressure right now from speed gaming. The big thing is that if they can get off one really good pickoff, they can actually turn this into a big advantage for them because they can push so quickly.
Gone high ground. That Centaur Stomp's already been wasted. And Bone 70 got himself a prize. It's over a Bucky Mat, and they throw down the Lich ulti as well as the Doom. While up on top lane, Sing Sing, he wanted the arrow onto Fader to cancel the TPs back. All the TPs are coming back. There's the stun out from Fader going on Envy, but he just stands his ground. Look at the damage over directly towards Pass. Now he goes on Fader instead. Give that man a cleave. Sing Sing is going to pick up the kill with the lightning bouncing around. Double kill for him. Triple kill for Sing Sing. It's going to be almost an ultra kill. GG. GG it out. Envy like tanked the entire bloody team when they came out at him then.
Jeez.
That is over. So is the run for Sigma. They will have a third place battle. That third place battle will be happening next week, I believe, over on Tuesday. But they'll be facing up against Liquid. So we'll have a Sigma versus Liquid matchup for the third place decider. And the grand final. The grand final, Speed Gaming going up against Alliance. Should be an absolute corker.
You know that comics that's been passed around so much about the Doom, the Ice Frog gave him that buff and armor, and that comic where everybody's trying to hit the Doom, but they're like, he's literally taking no damage, and they put up the one armor. That was that comic coming to life right there. Like Doom, like the heart was just so much overkill at that point. It was like, yeah, maybe you can get through 2,000 health with that much armor, but it's really unlikely. And then he gets the heart, and it's like, oh, it's impossible. He's literally taking no damage.
Life is just way too good for Speed Gaming right now. I'm doing a random call because I realized too, like, our admin hasn't organized any kind of like interview today. But I'm gonna randomly call Eternal Envy. We might get somebody else. In fact, let's give Mr. Wasting a bit of a call as well, and we'll see if either of these guys will actually answer the call.
Yeah. One thing I really like, Eternal Envy seems to be really good at doing is being able to utilize his allies and that sort of thing to be able to increase his damage through their item choices. So, like, one good example of that was the way he would pick up Helmet Dominator on Gyrocopter and actively try and get the wolf, and it would just follow him around. It's a huge increase for Gyrocopter very, very early on in his damage because Flat Cannon is such a big benefit to it. So, and then in this example, like picking up Vlad's meant that Doom never actually had to pick up a damage item necessarily. He's just hitting so damn hard. Really well played by Speed Gaming. There's so many of those team fights. It felt like they really threw Sigma off of their game by being able to, Speed Gaming, they're experts at this, of being able to force team fights in awkward positions. They are so good at being able to put themselves in a situation where they catch the enemy off guard. It completely throws them off, and there are a lot of situations where Sigma were looking like they were going to push in, all that sort of thing, and all of a sudden, Speed Gaming hits them from the left. They hit them from the right. They get them so confused in some of those team fights. They just don't know where they're going. Sing Sing's in the back just throwing arrows left and right at them, and they're not targeting them because they're not expecting that positioning from Speed. It's really fun to watch.
Well, the man who helped orchestrate most of that is E.E. Sama himself. How you doing there, Envy? How you doing? It's been a while since we got to talk.
I'm doing good.
You doing well?
Really, really high on Pepsi right now. Gotta drank like 7 throughout the series, I think.
They get to be your new sponsor now.
I hope so.
Pepsi now grabbing esports teams, starting with formerly known as Speed Gaming. Man, congratulations first. Obviously, being able to triumph over Sigma. You have a date with Alliance now set for next week. So we wish you all the best in that one. But what were your actually thoughts going up against Sigma tonight? How do you think they performed this evening?
They beat Navi, so I mean they did really well at Emoji and they beat Navi, so obviously you can't underestimate them. But we have them pretty figured out, I think. So the games weren't too hard.
What was it like with the Doombringer? It's obviously you were going to go for like huge tank ability. Was it just like the more armor I have, then I'll just never die? Sing Sing will come through with the damage later on. Was that the plan here in the last game?
Yeah, well, a lot of times the Doom really can't hit anybody because he's like stunned or iced. So I noticed like when I play Doom a lot, you don't really have much time to hit anybody, even though you move so fast. So the point is to survive as much as possible. So you give the Wolf Aura to everyone, and tank everything while you just nuke them with your level death.
Mm-hmm. Have you got any thoughts for the man, Cap?
You know, I actually want to go back to Game 2. I felt like that you guys had pretty good control of that game. But I just want to ask, like, how do you respond as a team, like, to something that happens where it feels like you're in control of the game and you're doing really, really well, and all of a sudden something really, really bad happens, like that Roshan fight. You guys just lost so much of an advantage after that. How do you come back in Game 3 and shake that off and just go, all right, it's frustrating that maybe we should have won that game, and one little big error like that just like completely wipes you out of the game? How do you go in Game 3 and still, you know, keep motivated?
Oh, that's what you mean. Well, like Game 2 after the Aegis thing, like we just thought we lost. So it's pretty much impossible to come back. They had a Beastmaster, like Vision. They have a long range initiation with the Wisps and Clock. So there was no way we would come back from that. But we got 4-1 in the second game at level 1, and then our lanes were disastrous. Like my Clinks couldn't beat Clockwork because he had so much money and he had a level on me. We went into the lane, so even with all these disadvantages, we were still able to take control of the game. So, like, of course, we shouldn't be discouraged going to Game 3. It's a best of 5, so like 1-1, like whatever. It just means it's a best of 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
I actually want to talk about something which you said to me in Skype before when we're trying to call Sing Sing in. Did Sing Sing actually play the entire best of 5 with no audio?
Oh, we don't use Skype for audio. I don't like that program.
So you use in-game then?
No, there's more than just in-game and Skype, Toby.
Sorry. TeamSpeak, Ventrilo, that kind of jazz.
Yeah. Like I like TeamSpeak the most. Like Skype, you can like hear people typing, and it's like, I don't know. Like sometimes there's someone disconnects and a guy who hosts the call. Like everyone disconnects at the same time. We don't know what the hell is going on. But on TeamSpeak, phone 7 disconnecting every freaking 5 minutes. He's not living in his house right now. He's living like near the airport, so we can go to China. So his new internet, it's like really, really shit.
How's that all going for you too? Because obviously now, you would have read earlier today that Fnatic pulled out, so you're the only Western team that's traveling to G League now. How do you kind of like feel about that whole thing? Like, yeah, I know you don't know your groups because they don't get drawn for another few hours now. But like, are you guys really looking forward to China? Do you feel confident going to China?
We don't feel confident going to China. Like I feel like we're gonna get crushed crushed, and then let's just like try to be Navi or something, get crushed hardcore, and then learn and try to win the tournament. Because I mean, we have a few days to scrim and stuff if they want to play us. We expect to get absolutely crushed the first few days of scrims though.
I don't think I've ever actually heard someone take that kind of approach. Like, no, we're gonna fail.
Yeah, some players go into it and go, it's going to be tough, but it's going to be a really uphill battle. But I don't think I've ever heard a player going into it and saying, "Hey, we're going to get dominated." That's what it comes down to. But it'll be a great learning experience.
Well, it's like when we're trying to learn, like we're definitely going to China to learn. Like there's absolutely no way we're going to China to make money. Like there's no way. Like the G League. We're not getting shit for that tournament, even if you get first place. Like in comparison to like Star Ladder, D2CL, and EMS or whatever, there's so many tournaments going on in the West right now. Like going to China financially, from a financial standpoint, is a terrible idea. But we could have pulled out or whatever, but of course we decided to stay because we really want to get better. And I feel like even if the Chinese are not better than the Western teams, which I think they are right now, we still want to try to learn from both scenes and get them both into our style of play.
That's a like really wise long-term approach to TI4. Like he's exposing himself to different play styles. Sama.
Who knows, bro?
See, it's a lot different to last year, wasn't it? When I was like the guy with the little flag sitting there going, "Don't go to China; they'll learn from you."
Yeah, well, the Chinese have, I think, they've become less arrogant. They realize that they need to do something to win against the West. So they've been trying new things. They've been like they're kind of like the West right now. Like the heroes like Clinks and stuff. Like these heroes that I play now, like Doom, Clinks, and all these things. Like they came from them. Like I changed it significantly, but like my inspiration, the Bristolbacks and everything, like it came from them. So they're definitely developing a lot in Dota right now. So it's gonna be good to learn from them.
So you're saying Road to TI4 is good for all scenes?
I hope so.
And this time you'll stay together with a sponsor and you'll make it to TI4?
I don't know, bro. If they want to win TI4, they know what to do. They have to get the replacement going on here.
What? The replacement? You want to become part of IG now?
I mean, I need to get sacked or else like they ain't winning shits for TI. I think that's how it works.
All right. Well, man, we're gonna leave you because obviously it's starting to get it's late. It's late for us at night time, but it must be a wonderful time in the afternoon for you. But we'll get out of here. We'll get out of your hair too. So congratulations on the win. Good luck up against Alliance next week. We'll see you for that matchup, and catch you on the flip side.
All right. See ya. Thanks.
All right. That also applies for everyone who's out here on the live stream, so thanks for watching. If you want to check out the VODs, they'll be over on the Daily Motion channel later on tonight, including Game 5 from yesterday. There was a bug with that VOD when I tried to upload it, but it should be okay to go through tonight, fingers crossed. But yeah, thanks for watching, peoples. You can follow the Dota Capitalist over on Twitter. It is literally Dota Capitalist on both Twitter as well as Facebook now. He's going to be using both of them quite well. And you can follow myself, W1Dota, on both Facebook as well as Twitter. And if you want to, you can follow it on VK, but I only have my playlist there, so Russian Facebook if you don't know what it is. All right, thanks for watching, peoples. We'll see you next time here on the Dota 2 Champions League.